Hello and welcome to Footy Judge Mo. We are here for a late show. It's absolutely going to be a phenomenal show. We'll talk about the title race of the Premier League. Welcome to Footy Judge Mo. Hit that like button if you're watching this live. If you're catching us on the replay, like the video, subscribe to the channel. I'm going to have a brilliant show with you. I'll be joined by the Don Hossam himself from This Is Football. Hit that like button. We're going to talk about the title race. We're going to talk about Liverpool, Arsenal. Are Spurs really imposters? That's what we're going to talk about. Are they really imposters? And also, are Man City in full force for the four-peat? Of course, big up everybody that is joining us. Hit that like button. We're waiting for Osam. Of course, he's finishing up his stream. Hit that like button. Subscribe to the channel if you're new. And if you just joined us here, like the video, of course. Let's get to 100 likes so quickly, of course. Listen, it has been a great weekend, of course, of football. It has been a very good weekend for a lot of goals. Arsenal hitting with 5, Spurs winning away at Crystal Palace. Liverpool winning against Forest 3-0. We're going to be joined by Osam in a minute. He's about to finish his stream. Well, let me tell you what I think before he comes in, because he's not going to know that. I'm going to push the agenda that Liverpool in January, they get a DM and they are title favorites. And also the other agenda will be Spurs will not fall. 26 points from 10 games is not to joke about. That's my point. We're not going to have a long stream. This is going to be a short stream, of course. Big up everybody that is joining us. Of course, let me pick up the people in the chat. No super chats. Toon Tactics TV just became a member. Thank you so much for becoming a member of this channel. He's going to be joining us soon. Trent's Lawyer, Liverpool for the title, Arsenal overrated. Lee Savage is saying, yeah, Pool or Arsenal ain't winning the title. Mackenzie is saying, smash the like button. Jean-Pierre is here with us. Shields, of course, is saying all. Again, JW is here with us as well. Bueni SM. Again, Jordi Toon, thank you so much. And I know you're going to watch this on the replay. Jean-Pierre Shields is here. And who else? Jordi Toon, of course. Shogun is saying sleep. TK is here. Hit that like button. We'll be joined by Osam. Liti, of course. Mojenda, big up. Mustafa, of course, he changed his thing to Real Madrid, of course. Kingsman, of course. Big up everybody. Andy MU, of course, is here, man. You know, yes, Johnny Evans. Is that Johnny Evans? But big up everybody. 50 people here. Let's get to 50 likes. Yasmin Adel is here. Mojenda. Of course, TK is here. My man. Travarelli. He's kind of wish I hadn't blocked Mustafa. Don't block anybody, please. Box Gunner is here with us. Everybody that is here. Big up Kevin Harris, of course. Big up everybody. 50 people in here already. 50 people in here already. But these are the agendas before Osam comes in that I'm going to push. Of course, it's going to be Liverpool to win the title, to be favorites for the title if they go in January and get a proper DM. Spurs are not going to fall behind. And I'm going to see what he says about Spurs, though, because I watched his show with Sava, and it's absolutely brilliant. From a real judge to a footy judge, Mo, big up, of course. Justin, thank you for joining us. Give us some likes, people. Give us some likes. And I want you to get involved. I'm going to try to catch some of the chat. Of course, I'm going to try. I don't know why. Loving the content. Thank you so much, Lisa. But I try to be fair. People say that I have agendas. I try to be fair. Of course, I'm going to have agendas. Of course, I don't like everybody. I'm a human. People like this player. I don't like that player. I love it. Like, for example, I love Madison. And I love Mo Salah. Of course, I like Erling Haaland. I like Rodri. But I want Man City to kind of slow down a little bit because I want to see a different title. I want to see someone else to win the title, of course. Almost 2.5K. Get us to 2.5K, people. Oh, the people from This Is Football just joined us. Big up everybody that joined from This Is Football, of course, from Osam's stream. We're going to have Osami. Big up everybody that is here with us. Hit that like button if you just joined, of course. Make sure to like the video. Subscribe to the channel if you just joined. Big up everybody that joined from Osam's stream, of course. Osam TV, the people are here. The people have spoken, and it's me and Osam By the way, this is Husam's debut on Footy Judge Mo, believe it or not. How many streams I do with this guy a week? And this is his debut. This is his freaking debut from This Is Football. Of course, Osam, welcome everybody that joined the stream. Of course, hit that like button for me. Let me change this solo because he deserves a better thing. Oh, maybe he does, maybe he doesn't. But we'll see, because imagine that this is his debut. After all this time, that's his freaking debut on the channel. It's his debut, and I'm gonna switch him to the left so I can see him. That's your freaking debut. You know that.
Yes.
1 month. Big up everybody that joins from This Is Football. Of course, make sure to hit that like button. Let's get to 100 likes. This is not going to be a long stream because he made me late because I have a football game, and I'm already going to be late for that football game because he was arguing with Tom Little about who's going to play tomorrow. Who gives a fuck about a Carabao Cup game? He does. All what I heard from Osam is that Yasmin Adil, of course, with the Arabic big up. Thank you so much for the comment, of
Hello,
course.
Allah,
Big up.
Big up to you.
And everybody, hit that like button. Ozan Kabak. I'm going to do the super chat because Ozan Kabak, yo, Judge Mo, welcome to your Japanese guest. Thank you so much.
Did you hear the story?
No, I didn't. Tell the people.
I went to a Jordanian village one day and they thought I was Japanese. I don't know how.
What?
Wallahi, صار يحكوا عني ياباني. I swear to God, wallahi, they were
Nah.
calling me Japanese. Wallahi, I said wallahi. I'm not going to say wallahi and lie.
I know, of course, you're not going to lie. 150 people already here. Get us to 100 likes right away. There's a poll right there. There's some couple of people that said, no way. 9% of you people said, no way we get to 150 likes. What an embarrassment. Listen, I told the people in the chat the agendas we're going to push this show. I don't want to stay for long. The number one agenda I'm pushing. Oh, he's doing the thing. Guys,
Like button.
the like button, people. It looks like this. The first agenda we're going to push here for this show is Liverpool in January. They go get a DM and they are title favorites.
Yes.
Do you think that's an agenda from me?
No. I don't think that's an agenda at all. I actually agree with that school of thought. It's something that I have said myself. I think Liverpool, big up all the guys who have just tuned in. Funnily enough, I just said that on my stream, and I've been saying it from the start of the season. They'll tell you right now. If Liverpool Football Club sign a defensive midfielder, I'm 100% confident that we can win the league and that we will win the league.
We can, or you're title favorites. There's two different things.
No. You cannot tell me title favorites. Title favorites will always be Man City. Favorites
Why?
is City. No. Favorites will always be Man City because of what they've accomplished, who they're managed by, their squad, how much they cost, blah, blah, blah. So for us, I think if we sign a DM and a centre back in January, we win the league.
No, you're playing underdogs.
No. Centre back is more reliant on Matip and Konate's fitness because they're both quite injury prone, to be fair. That's their biggest problem. So I think we definitely can win the league. We're just a DM away because you look at the defensive performance from our centre backs. Our front line is lethal. We got Allison in goal. It's literally just a DM away. One DM, and we're completely different. And I see Lee Savage, of course, the Spurs fan, because I live rent-free in his head. Talking about the defense, we only conceded one more goal than Spurs is unbelievable. Romero's the best centre-back on earth defense. So, yeah, big up.
No, but hold on here, because I want to get this trail of thought. Liverpool sign a DM. I think their starting 11 is superior to Manchester City.
No, we're not.
How come?
No, we're not. Don't lie to yourself.
They don't. I'm not lying to myself. Listen, I'm not running agendas. I'm being serious.
Okay, Allison, let me give you combined 11 right now. No agendas. Allison, Trent, Van Dijk, Ruben Diaz, Gvardiol, Robertson's finished. Me and you both know this. Rodri, KDB, Soboslai, Mo Salah, Haaland, and left wing, you could argue whoever.
Luis Diaz.
No, but not necessarily, because many people would disagree. Many people would say Grealish is better.
So hold on. I actually think your lineup is more balanced. The difference is not only combined. It's not only. So hear me out. Hear me out. I'm not saying that it's not only about the names though. I don't care about the names. I'm talking about balance wise. Van Dijk is a massive leader. If he goes back to, I said it before.
So is KDB.
I'm talking about the defense. If he goes back to his best, Van Dijk, it's long for everybody else, and we know that, right? And he's already. What I'm watching now, The Nottingham Forest game and the game before, and even the Spurs game, by the way. He is going back to the Van Dijk who reads the game, who's been the proactive Van Dijk. The Van Dijk that doesn't need to do a lot, okay, to stop the opposition's attack. Does that make sense? And if he
Yes.
goes back, that's what nobody else in the league has. Even Diaz, who is very good, which is Rio Ferdinand said that last year to him. He told him that you have something that is very rare. You read the play very early, so you know how to position yourself. Okay,
I agree with that. Yes.
who has that? Saliba. So William Saliba has that, but of course there is 10 years difference. So 10 years of experience is not there, of course.
True.
In the midfield, I
But
actually believe
a City fan could tell you Ruben Diaz is a leader for them at the back as well.
he's a leader, but he doesn't read the game as good as Van Dijk. And Ederson
I
is
agree.
not as good
I
as
agree.
Alisson. I believe so.
I agree. No, that's true.
It's
That's
not
a
well.
fact. That's a fact.
Trent
That's no
as a
longer an
right
argument.
back going forward, they don't have that. John Stones can do the inverting thing all day he wants. He's not gonna be Trent. If you have a proper DM to cover Trent, we actually will see a better Trent than the Trent that played 18-19.
If you give me Rodri, I win the league. That's how simple it will be.
If you
Just give me
forget
Rodri.
If you get you Paulinho, I think you
No,
win the league.
no. But I'm just telling you, give me Rodri right now.
Yeah, but
You see
Rodri
this
is
whole
a
team you
massive
just
thing,
mentioned?
يا أخي. Rodri
Okay,
is a
but you
big
see this
thing. You're
whole-
taking away from them.
Okay, you see this whole team you just mentioned? If I get Rodri from City on loan this season, I win the league.
Yeah, but that's
Simple
of
as.
course because they would lose the league.
Yeah,
So
but
hold
that's
on.
how bad.
Hold on.
But
If we
that's
clone Rodri and you get Rodri and they have Rodri and they have Kevin De Bruyne, do you win the
we
league?
win the league. We win the league. We win the league. Our
And
attack
that's
is
my
more
point.
lethal.
If you get Paulinho, for me, the
No, but
reason
that's
why
a
I'm
massive.
saying
That's a massive point. You need to understand. I have a hole.
you
Okay.
have a big hole.
So I
Yeah.
have. So I have. Hear me out. I have a Ferrari. I have a Ferrari spoiler in goal. I have a Ferrari tires as the back four. I have the Ferrari engine as my front line. But my body, which is the midfield, which is the most important part of the whole thing, I don't have a DM, which is massive. We need a DM.
You
And
do.
this is
But you can
the
hang in there. So hear me out.
okay, but I can hang
Tabiallah.
in. But are you seeing how we're performing against the better teams? That's when you go like shit. They need a DM because I can beat 15 teams in the league home and away
Yes.
easily. Now the other eight games home and away, that's going to be the problem.
You already played Brighton away and it showed. They cut through your
Draw.
midfield. They cut
Chelsea
through
away,
your
draw.
midfield. Yes.
Spurs away,
The
we would
reason
have won
why
that game.
I believe so hear that next argument and then you can respond. The reason why I believe that you can hang in there is that because I think actually everyone that will go away to every team and now excluding Manchester United. So 8 teams, if you go away to them, will be tough. Like Manchester City, if they go away to Brighton tomorrow, if they go away to Newcastle, if they go away to Arsenal, which is they already lost, it'll be tough for them. It wouldn't be easy. So it won't be 98 points, 95 points. So you can just be there and thereabout until January, and now it's up to the board. And it's up to
No, I
Jurgen
agree
Klopp
with
to
you. I
convince
have no
them.
problem with that. I agree completely.
But my
That's why I'm
notion is
saying if
you
you
be
sign
title
me a
favorites.
DM,
Why? I think Man City are not as strong as last year.
okay,
People
but
tell
this is
me
you.
start
This is
slow.
you. This is you. Okay, we have to
This is
address
me.
it now as football fans. 99% of the people, or actually, you know what? Chat right now. We're on Footy Judge Mo's channel, but we're gonna do this. This is football style. But make sure you guys are liking and subscribing. Everyone in the chat right now, don't write paragraphs. Don't write your life story. Who do you think is gonna win the league this season? You can use your own chat as a sample size. Who do you think is gonna win the league this season? Just write the team's name. No life stories. No, don't tell me paragraphs. Just write me your team's name because I want to see in your mind who you think is going to win the league. And here clearly you see City are
Man
favorites.
City. I believe it's Man City. You're not hearing me.
City. So when you say okay, one
I don't
second.
think your point. You're
When you say are favorites, by definition, City are favorites because they are the defending champions and the treble winners. Now, if you tell me, do you think you can contend? I'll say yes. Do you think you can win? I'll say no. I don't think you can win in this season. Now, if we sign a DM in January, that changes everything.
but that's
you
the
know
whole
what the other
argument, يا
problem,
أخي.
but you know what the other problem is? Why are we acting like we're the only club who's going to sign people in January? What if Arsenal get Tony? What if City sign a midfielder? Then what?
Yes. But I'm
See?
saying, as it currently stands, I agree with you. So we agree with each other. I said
Okay.
Arsenal as well. If they sign an eight, not a striker, if they sign an eight, a proper eight with the caliber of Gravenberch, Sabozlai, McAllister, okay, I'm talking about eights, Gundogan, but Gundogan is in Barcelona. That caliber, that doesn't have to be 100 million. I think their starting 11 is complete, and I think the squad is very good to
I
go
think they need a
challenge.
striker more than an eight.
I don't think so. I disagree with that, but fine.
I
Because
think they need Tony.
I think actually if they get Tony, it takes away from Saka and Martinelli and Odegaard. I
No,
actually think so.
I don't think it does because Tony's gonna get them involved. Tony will create space for them by automatically taking centre backs away to guard him. And Tony is a very, very, very good passer. Very good passer. Tony, if you would like, I look at him as Harry Kane light. Not as good as Harry Kane, but from that, how can you say, and from that basically type of player. 100% they need Ivan Tony. As an eight, I think they have players who can, we just said, hang in there. If they've got Rice, if they've got Partey, they got Odegaard, they got even Havertz, Vieira, whoever, they can 100% hang in
Hear me.
there.
So I disagree with that notion. I actually think Ivan Tony has played in a Brentford team that averaged 45% ball position last year, right?
Yes,
He's a great footballer, very good
yes.
on the eye, absolutely fantastic, but he has not played in a position based team. So we don't know if he can play in tight spaces. We have no idea because that hasn't been tested. The guy played in championship and played in a defensive team that play
No, no,
counter
true,
attack.
true, true, true.
All right. I'm
But that's
thinking
the risk nowadays, though, because you have to ask
exactly.
yourself.
I
Let me
agree.
reverse it on you. Let me reverse it.
Yes. Go
Who
ahead.
who is available right now as a striker in
Gabriel
world
Jesus.
football?
You don't need another striker. I think
La, la,
Gabriel
la.
Jesus suits
No, no. I'm
the
saying
team.
if Arsenal, let's assume for the sake of argument, Arsenal go like, you know what? Footy Judge Mo has presented a very solid argument. We don't want to buy Tony. Give me which other striker in world football can they get?
Osimhen.
Who's available?
The only one who's available. Okay, for decent price, Osimhen. But let me just finish one
No, no,
thing.
I agree with you. Those are the
Hold
two,
on. Can I
Osimhen and
ask you
Tony.
something then? Back to
Go ahead.
you. Do
Go
you
ahead.
think if Ivan Tony comes in, Gabriel Jesus is fit? He's injured now, but it's a hamstring injury. It's gonna be three weeks or something. If he stays fit, Gabriel Jesus, with the way he plays as a striker to provide spaces, the link up play, and everything, if Ivan Tony comes in, does Gabriel Jesus hold bench?
100%.
So
And
that's
for
where
good.
me and you disagree.
But I don't think Ivan Tony is. Here's the thing: Ivan Tony is not Marcus Rashford. Ivan Tony is not just goals and assists and offers nothing as a footballer. Ivan Tony is a very good footballer. He can pass, he can dribble,
Very good in the eye.
he can hold the ball well. So he can. Let's assume for the sake of argument, Jesus as a footballer, if he let's say is a 10 out of 10, Tony is a 7.5, 8 out of 10. So they're not 1 million miles apart. Like
But
they're
Gabriel Jesus has been tried in a team that plays ball position. He plays for Brazil. He plays for Manchester City. He's used to tight spaces. He's used to
yeah,
bring
but you know what the
players.
difference is? Goal scoring,
Yes,
meaning
me and
which is
you
massive.
disagree on this because I actually think that if you get a number 9 like Ivan Tony, who is used to score goals, it will take away from them. You're telling me it won't.
Yes.
You telling me it won't. I have
And
the
I
proof.
explained why. It
I have
creates
the proof.
space for the
Yes,
wingers and everything.
but I have the proof. The proof is Manchester City, when Erling Haaland came in, everybody served Erling Haaland. So he had to score abundance of goals last year to compensate for the loss of goals that are coming from the other
Yeah,
sides.
but they sold their goal scoring wingers though. They sold
Exact.
Sterling.
So you think that if Ivan Tony comes in, still Martinelli will get
And also Tony and
15
Haaland
goals?
aren't comparable. Tony is a better footballer than Haaland.
Well, that is good and everything on the eye. But to be honest with you, Ivan Tony has not played in a team to prove to me that you can play in tight
No, no,
spaces.
he
You can
hasn't
do
done
this.
that yet. Who can deny
Yeah.
it? He hasn't done
So
that
it's a
yet. But
risk. So we agree
but
it's
that's
a
the
risk.
risk you have to take. That's
Thank
the
you.
risk you have to
So
take.
now we agree. I like that we go at the end to the same point. You think he's a good
Yes.
player. I agree with
Because
you.
the
He's a
other guy you
fantastic
mentioned is
player.
Osimhen won the league with Napoli, but at the same time, Osimhen is not a good footballer as Ivan Tony. You watch Serie A. I know not to the
Yeah, he
extent like you.
isn't the greatest, but I think he
Yeah.
plays in very tight spaces. If you want someone, because Napoli averages 68% position last year in all
Yes.
their games. So
So
he
they
doesn't have
keep the
any
ball.
spaces to play football. In
Yes.
Napoli, it's very tight. Like the team defends with you. Like even Inter, we played them, we had 32% position. That was it. Let me do this couple of super chats and then we come back to it. Of course, James Bond is saying, Osam, I cannot see the Japanese thing. Same here. Staffy with the support of the channel, just showing love for the hard work. Thank you, Staffy. Wallahi, love. W's for Staffy. Wallahi, like and subscribe and send in your super chats to support the channel. Yeah, super chats support the channel massively, people. Of course, over 200 people here, not even on 100 likes. Thank you, Staffy. Of course, remember, people, you stay on this stream at the end. Don't go anywhere. It will take you to Staffy, where you get a chance to be in the pro club with him if you join the membership. You get to play with the guys if you join the membership on Staffy TV. So stay on the stream. It's a great opportunity for the people that loves pro club FIFA. Of course, Tevin is saying Jesus can play out wide as well. There's a lot of games to play, more especially if you want to go far in all competitions. You both have points. 8 might be here already. And the last argument about Arsenal, I want to throw it to you. I believe Arsenal at the moment in their starting 11 have a hole. Like you have a hole now.
What's the hole?
Your hole is DM. I
Yes.
believe their hole is replacing someone like Granit Xhaka, who I believe they competed last year because he had a 9 out of 10 season. It's not because of Granit Xhaka as a player. The guy scored 7 goals, had 7 assists. As a midfielder that used to contribute to attack, but also at the same time, 1 minute later, last ditch tackles to block somebody. They haven't replaced that. They have very offensive midfielders and they have very defensive midfielders. They have the Smith Rowes, the Vieiras that cannot do the 8s. Now you have a hole in that team, which is the 8. I believe so. Do you go in January and replace the 8 or you add depth to the striker position?
No, for me, I'm still signing a striker. I'll be honest with you. And Tevin's super chat just mentioned that if they're trying to go for all competitions, then rotation will be important because Arsenal, make no mistake, Mo, this season they're not in the Europa League. It's not like, oh, we get knocked out, Hadi, life carries on. No, they want to go for all comps because this Champions League, from the outside looking in, you look at it, and other than Man City and Real Madrid, the rest of the teams, no one's that intimidating or scary or unbeatable. Even Bayern Munich, people are going to mention Bayern. Bro, they barely beat Man United. Man United are shit, and they barely beat Man United. So teams aren't that scary in the Champions League. Maybe they get a favorable draw. Like last season, even you can admit it, even as an Inter fan, you were on the favorable side of the draw. Benfica, AC Milan, Napoli, teams like that. That's not unbelievably difficult to beat for Arsenal. So what they need to do is, in my opinion, sign Ivan Toney, because I think Ivan Toney will elevate their forward line to the next level, and I think they have enough midfield depth. I stick by that.
I know. So I want to move on from Arsenal. I want to go back. This my Mike Das, I think you do that. Darwin 40 GA forever. Darwin sexual. Darwin is bigger than Holland, is better than Holland. You know my agenda on Darwin Nunes. The problem is people don't understand what I come from for Darwin Nunes. I'm going to say it for the last time. The difference between me and you people is that I hold Liverpool Football Club to the likes of Torres, Luis Suarez, Roberto Firmino. These are the Liverpool teams that I watch and they challenge. They were fantastic. Darwin Nunes as a footballer isn't great. So he's a good footballer. He's developing. He's getting better. But the difference is I'm holding Liverpool to the higher level. You're saying, I'm not saying he's a bad player. I'm saying he lacks some basics. The first touch is not there. Shooting isn't there. Link up, like sometimes his pass weight is wrong. You want to develop him, fine. But I believe that Darwin Nunes isn't the forward at the moment to play for a title-winning team like this Liverpool team. However, Mohamed Salah is providing an absolutely fantastic season. Like
Best player in the
amazing
world.
season, right? Like, and that compensates for Darwin Nunes. My problem is if Mohamed Salah's form dip a little bit, you'll need the striker like the Firminos, the Manis to step up. Darwin Nunes isn't that guy. He isn't the guy that will take it to the next level. He will be next year, maybe the year after, if he develops more. But people think I have an agenda. I don't like the player on the eye. I don't like Nunes on the eye. On the Nottingham Forest game,
You don't like Nunes on the eye, but so why are you vouching against Tony then? Because Tony's unbelievable on the
he's
eye.
unbelievable on the eye. I said Ivan Toney is absolutely a fantastic football
Yeah.
player. He's much better
And
than
his
Haaland.
output last season, he was only behind Kane.
Yeah, he was 18 goals, I think, or 19 goals, or something like that.
For
No, he's
Brentford,
good.
it is
My
amazing.
problem, I said, my problem with Ivan Toney is that he plays in a counter-attacking team, and Arsenal is a very position-based team.
Yeah,
That's
fair.
my point. Go, listen. this is
Back to Liverpool. What's this question you're trying to ask at the end of the statement?
why are Liverpool fans are trying to be humble when you have the best attack in the team, you have the best goalkeeper in the league, you have the best right back in the league, you have Van Dijk at his best, is the best defender in the world, hands down. I said peak Van Dijk. Oh, you missed my super chats. I didn't. I don't think I did. James Bond. I literally said it here.
He read it
Sam,
out.
I can't unsee the job. Maybe you were in a commercial. I literally did not
Yeah, maybe
miss
the
this.
ad played by YouTube.
Maybe the ad played. I promise you, I did not miss your super chat. Tevin
Yeah.
here, before I go on, I would go for either Zubamendi or Tony. Don't think we'll get both, but must get one. I think if we get either, we'll make do. I'm leaning towards Tony because
Keep
Tony is
it
good
keep
in
it on
the
the screen just for a second, Mo. You know why
تفضل يا
earlier
اخي.
on I told you the January window is gonna make the difference for one of the three teams. You see, if they signed Zubamendi and Tony, you can put the Premier
Yeah,
League
yeah,
name on Arsenal 100%.
yeah.
You can put
I
it on
agree with
Arsenal
that.
because they're
Yeah,
winning the league. If they sign Zubamendi and Tony, خلاص, it's gonna be impossible to beat them basically, unless you have like unreal players like us or City. But then the other 17 teams, then what? That's the problem.
yeah, yeah. Liverpool. Why Liverpool? Okay, so hold on. Let me.
Why are
والله
Liverpool
العظيم.
fans trying to be humble? Let me
Let me.
answer the question.
No, no, but
Let
let
me
me
answer the
just stay. Let me give you the names. You have on form the best player in the world, Muhammad
Mo
Salah.
Salah, 100%. Best player in the world, 100%.
Okay, you have the best goalkeeper in the freaking world. You have the
Yes.
best inverted right back that anybody can ask for because he can literally play them as a midfielder if you have a DM. Right? I don't like his defending. Sabozlai and Gravenberch. Gravenberch for me, he can be the signing. When I watched this guy, I said, "How the heck did you pay only 35 million for this guy?" I believe he's going to be better than Sabozlai. That's my opinion in the future.
Bad opinion.
This is my opinion. When I'm watching him, he has more abilities than Sabozlai.
No, it doesn't.
Uh,
No, it doesn't.
يا أخي he does in my opinion يا أخي
No,
أنت
it
مش
doesn't.
عايز تسمع, you don't want to hear it.
No, it
You guys
does.
don't want to hear because
Obviously,
you
has
love
more ability.
you guys like love Sabozlai to the point that you're not seeing
Bro,
anything
when you're
else.
talking about love, you need to understand something. First of all, let me address the first part of your question. Liverpool fans are trying to be humble. You know, Judge Mo, when he first met me 2 years ago, he didn't like me because I wasn't humble. You know, I wasn't, you know me. If I believe in something, I'm not going to be
قليل
humble.
الأدب يعني أقول لك إياه. تفضل.
I ruined the lives of Spurs fan before we played the game.
I'm gonna
Before
talk
we
about
played
them.
them, before we played them at White Hart Lane. And this is exactly why they all I'm public enemy number one right now for Spurs. Because I don't do the humble
By
thing.
the way, I
I just
just watched the Sava thing when you
yeah,
posted it.
I do realism. I don't do humbleness. I just do what I fully see in front of my very own eyes. Okay, Alisson is the best goalkeeper. Van Dijk and Konate, very good, very solid center back partnership. You wanna hear the problem?
Yeah,
Konate is injury prone. You wanna hear the other problem? Matip is injury prone. You wanna hear the third problem? Gomez is injury prone. Now let's look at left back. Robertson would like to say hi. My form has dipped for the last 2 years. You look at midfield. Gravenberg, McAllister, Szoboszlai, phenomenal. No DM. Problem number one. Problem number two. God forbid one of them gets injured. It's Curtis Jones again.
I like
So
him.
I like him too. This season he's been very good for us, but then
I
sometimes
like
he's
him.
up, down, up, down, up, down. You look at our forward line. I have no problem with the forward line. I think it's a lethal forward line with unbelievable depth. So for me, when you're looking at the totality, there is a hole in front of my back five, which is why I need a DM. If you get me a DM, this entire equation changes. But that's why earlier on, even when you asked me, what did I say? I said DM and center back because I still believe till this very second that we need a center back. And May is saying it in the chat. Left side is weak. That's the problem. When you're watching Liverpool Football Club,
Yeah,
Trent, by the way, who you said I don't like his defending, this season,
has been
and he's
better
never going to
defending
get
than
the
Robertson.
He's never going to get the credit. No, 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 no. I'm not even going to say from but then Robertson. He's never going to get the credit. But this season, defensively, he has improved so much. I've seen him locked up Mitoma. Against Forest, he fully locked up Ilanga. And the game before that as well, Everton. No one could get any change out of him. He's been taking it personal to put in a conscious defensive effort. So he's improved on that side. But all we have to say is, I still have a hole. So if I have a hole and I'm strong everywhere else, you can't expect me to come up here and go like, you know what, even with my hole, I'm gonna beat everyone. That's not how it works.
What about Manchester City? Do they have any holes?
Manchester City's holes are only in the case of injuries or suspensions. If everyone's fit, there is no hole in that team. We need to stop
So you
lying to each other.
believe that Doku and Grealish can play that left side very well?
Yes, 100%. Doku against the weaker teams, Grealish against the stronger teams. Problem solved.
I don't like Grealish, but fine. But he has been doing good for the last 2 weeks, of course, to be honest with you. Now, Spurs, though.
Mm.
What are
Most
the signs?
overrated team in the league? I'm here.
Why? Okay. Last season, we had Arsenal get less points than Spurs after 10 games. Am I wrong?
Mhm.
Okay.
I don't know.
Arsenal
Check.
played very good football last season.
No, actually, Arsenal had one more point. One more.
One more point. So Arsenal
Yes.
had lost one game in the first 10 games.
Yes. Yes.
So Spurs 26 points, lost 4 points only. Already played more than half the league. Already did, including Liverpool. We know what happened.
Robbery.
However, robbery, it's not their fault. They could have won the game or
Why
they could
not?
have. We're
Didn't
not
face
gonna
them.
know. We're not gonna know. We're not gonna know what was gonna happen. The signs
Yeah.
are there. Liverpool could have won. Spurs could have
Would have
won.
won. Liverpool would have won. 100%.
That's when me and you
No,
disagree.
it's based on objectively speaking of what happened in that game. First, Mo, you're a footballing guy. You understand what empty possession means. We nullified when it was 11v11. Madison was nullified. Spurs were nullified. Klopp said, "Have the ball, pass right and left 500 times if you want, no problem. I have my lethal boys on the counter attack." And then what happened? Red card. And then what happened?
The
Another
red
red
card
card.
was 100% right. So there's
Okay,
no
but I'm not.
question here.
You know what it is? I fought for that red card, but if you're gonna say it's a red, I'll
No,
have
no.
no
For me,
problem.
like, wallah, I said that at the time.
Okay, one second,
I
one
actually
second.
think 100% is a red
But
card.
you need to hear me out. I'm not
Tfaddal,
starting
yeah.
the argument about the Curtis Jones red card. I'm not. If you want to say it's a red, no problem. Now let's talk about the rest. Jota shouldn't have been sent off. I
No, he
scored the
shouldn't
perfect.
have.
Yes, Premier League independent referee panel said it, not me.
I said it
Second,
before them.
yes, 100%. Second, a goal that was denied when we were 10v11. Literally, goal could have been scored. Now, the problem with Spurs is not even the Liverpool game. The problem with Spurs is the Luton game, the Sheffield game, the Crystal Palace game that just happened. The signs are there. And in
But
football, and this is another thing you know personally, in football, luck goes both ways. Same way the ball will bounce your way 5-10 games, it will bounce against you 5-10 games. So when it bounces against them 5-10 games, they won't even be in this conversation to begin with.
apart from the Liverpool game, and apart from one half against Man United, where they were equal, Spurs were the better team every time I'm watching them. Not
Yeah,
only
and
ball position,
and
creating chances. So that's your argument.
no, but who are they better against? Can you tell the people?
So okay, this is the Premier League. That's what we. This is the Premier League. They played 10 teams. Only
They
one
were not
team.
that good versus Luton, by the way. They weren't that good. Even
They
Spurs
were
fan will
much
tell you
better
that.
than Luton. It could have been 4-0. Richarlison missed 3 clear-cut chances.
And
3.
Luton had the miss of the season as well.
Okay, hold on. That was after they went up.
At
Spurs.
Rabayo.
Okay. Yes, that's after Spurs went up. I'm just saying, my point is, I'm going to have the same energy that I had for Arsenal last year, who I remember against Crystal Palace last year. They went 2-0 up and they defended the hell out of themselves last year. That's not this season. And against, if I remember correctly, against Leeds, they played very good for a part and then they were like trying to defend. All right. The point is, Arsenal last year, after 10 games, I said this team looks serious. I'm not Spurs will win the title. But my point, because I don't think
I'm
they have
saying
the
they won't
experience.
contend.
That's the difference. I actually think you think they won't contend.
They
Me,
won't.
I don't assume. Me, I look at the signs and I say, I see no signs. If they don't
But the
get
signs
injury,
are there, though.
hold on. If they don't get
Signs are there.
injuries, no, I told you they were a better team against 9 out of the 10 teams they played. That's already half the league.
Of which 5 were relegated teams. No, but that's
I
the
can show you
reality.
Arsenal. So, okay, do you want me to go and check Arsenal? You know, Arsenal has the
How
second
many teams in
easiest
this
10
league will
game.
beat Luton? How many teams
Huh?
in this league?
Yeah, they were playing with 10 men.
Luton.
You don't understand. They were playing with 10 men against Luton.
1 second, let me explain my thought and then
Yeah,
rebuttal.
yeah.
Luton, Bournemouth, Sheffield, Burnley, Fulham. 5 out of 10 right there. Any of the big six and Brighton, Villa, and Spurs are beating. That's number one.
Fulham already drew with Arsenal at home. 1. Spurs already drew with Arsenal away from home. So that nullifies Arsenal. If you're going to have the same energy for Spurs, have the same energy for Arsenal. That's my point.
1 second. 1 second. Now they're going to play Newcastle. They're going to play Brighton. They're going to play City. They're going to play Chelsea.
Now
those four teams. No, they haven't played City yet.
They haven't.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. So they're going to play these 4 teams next. I want to see how they perform against these 4 teams. And Spurs are not in the title race because they're 1 injury in 7 positions away from crisis. 7 positions. One of them center backs. By the way, I don't wish injury.
I want to tell you one fact.
We're talking hypothetical.
Last year.
Let me just explain it. So
you're talking to the chat. You're not talking to me, and I see that.
No. I'm talking to you. I'm talking to you. 7 positions, okay? And by the way, I'm not even saying I don't wish injuries on anyone. I wish they all have 100% healthy seasons at the end of the year. Vicario, any of the 2 center backs, Destiny Udogie, because they have to play Ben Davies, Maddison, Bissouma, Son. Objectively, any of these 7 players get injured, their season's done. 100%.
My point is, and I sat here on this channel and I said one thing. I am not going to talk about injuries unless someone is known to be injured for a long time. Like someone like Thiago, someone like Kevin De Bruyne. Looking at this Spurs team, the only one that might have a problem with injury, the only one for me is one player only, is Bissouma, who had 1 season at Spurs. Before that, he didn't get injured, right? James Maddison averages 35 games a season over the past 4 years, by the way. So that's not an injury. People go check Maddison's. He played 31 games a season, 36 games a season, 35 and 34. That's not an injury prone. That's someone who plays majority of the games. Odegaard last year played 35. Mohamed Salah plays 35 sometimes because he's going to miss AFCON. Mohamed Salah is going to play 35 games. My point is...
35 in the league?
In the league, yeah.
In the league best? Champions League? Last 5 years?
Spurs don't have any other competition. That's the point. Like, I'm not going to assume injuries because looking at Arsenal last year, apart from Jesus' major injury, they had no injuries, no muscular injuries until Saliba got injured in game week 30. This is when they lost the league. If we go there, I say Spurs have had a good season. If Spurs by game week 30 are there and thereabout like Arsenal last year, I will say this is what I'm expecting.
But that's a big if though, because Arsenal.
I don't think that's an if. Top of the league. For me, at the moment, they played
Arsenal
already
in game week 30 were top of the league. They were top of the league for 93% of the league.
Yeah, so my point is,
they were top of the league.
Spurs
will not be top of the league in December. Never mind game week 30. December, November, end of November, they'll be out of there.
Because you think they're going to lose the next 4 games?
No, I think they're going to lose to City. I think they're going to lose to Brighton. I think they're going to lose to Aston Villa. I think they're going to lose to Newcastle. Those 4 games, you could say draw or loss.
I think that's if they do that, that's done. I think they're going to play Aston Villa at home. I think the 2 games that I think, so there are 3 games in the coming 5 weeks for Manchester for Spurs: Chelsea at home, Aston Villa, and West Ham at home. I'm expecting they lose to City at the Etihad because I'm expecting the majority of the team to lose to City at the Etihad. So that's done, 100%. Out of the window.
100%.
If they win against Chelsea, Aston Villa, and West Ham, I will take them even more serious.
Yes, that's when it changes.
Because playing Newcastle away, I'm expecting even Man City to go to Newcastle away and lose. I would say Newcastle might be favorites.
We won Newcastle away. Big up.
Yes. Okay, you won. In circumstances, but you won. You won that game.
10 man.
Okay, that's my point. That was Spurs for me. I see no... You think you see signs. I say, at the moment, against 9 teams out of the 10s they played, they were a superior team. For me, so I see the same.
By the way, the stuff that I say, you need to understand something. The stuff that I say, Spurs fans are saying. I snuck to one of their YouTube channels and I was watching First Spurs fan. I snuck into it and I was watching First Spurs fan basically say everything I'm saying, but I just say stuff like an asshole and they say it nicely. When I call Spurs an imposter, they get angry. But Spurs, the fans will tell you themselves, we're not going to win the league. I say Spurs are one injury away from crisis. They all start bitching, but then they say
We,
the
we,
same
we
shit.
all we all agree with this. I never disagree
Yeah,
with that.
but no,
It's,
not you. I'm saying the Spurs fans.
yeah,
So
of
they
course, when
agree
you
with me.
say it, they don't like it. Yeah, and
And
when you
in
say it,
January, other than AFCON, there's also something called Asian Cup, which Son is gonna go for. So that's another problem right there. Basuma's gone as well for AFCON, so that's another problem. So it's gonna be an issue for them. 100% it's gonna be an issue for them. Look, Spurs still have a lot of
yeah,
work
and
to do.
you don't like what Spurs are doing now. You don't like how
No,
they
no,
play
Spurs,
football. You don't like how they
Spurs
create
have a lot of work to
chances.
do. If me and you got 100 Spurs room fans in
يا
a
أخي
room,
I want your opinion. I don't want
one
Spurs
second,
people's opinion.
man. It's all related. If I got 100 Spurs fans in a room, August, before a ball was kicked, and told them you could finish fourth, every single one of them is taking it.
Yeah, I
100.
expected them to finish seventh.
I put them ninth. Them
Actually,
even worse.
after they sold Harry Kane, I said they were going to finish eighth because I counted.
Yeah,
Underneath them, I said might be Aston Villa and somebody else. I can't remember. But I
yeah.
said they're
I
going to
put
finish
them ninth.
eighth
Yeah, I put them ninth.
because
Look,
I didn't know. This is an unknown thing for me. This was an unknown thing. But all I'm saying is that Spurs, what they're doing now is unexpected. And it the problem is their season is unpredictable because this is brand new. I don't know how they're gonna fare against the other teams. How Ange Postecoglou will manage against a team like Aston Villa, like Newcastle, like Manchester
we're
City. But
about to find out.
from what I've seen, the signs are very good. When you go to the Emirates and you play that well, okay, I think it's a very good sign. If you go to the
Yes.
Emirates and do that well, I think that's an absolutely fantastic sign. Of course, Pro saying you title contenders if Sarah or Allison got injured.
Yes, we are 100%.
Wallahi, you're lying.
No, I'm not. No, I'm
And
not. We are
me in the
contenders.
beginning of the season on Al Ahwa, I told you that Salah will leave. I told you you will make top four with or without Muhammad Salah. Now you're telling me without Muhammad Salah, you're title contenders. You remember me in the summer when I said Muhammad Salah should go to Saudi Arabia for the money, right? And you said if Muhammad Salah leaves, we lose half of our attacking force. We're not even gonna make top four. Did you say that or not?
You see the word he used? Title contenders, not title winners.
Yeah, listen. In the summer, you
You need
told
world
me
class players
يا ابني
to win you
اصبر. Let me
titles.
finish. I'm telling you, Hussein. In the summer, I told you Muhammad Salah should go for Saudi Arabia for the money. And I told you, in my personal opinion, with Udarat Muhammad Salah, you will make top four because I don't think
Yeah,
you're going
but
to win the title.
headed into the season, the energy was completely different for
Okay,
Liverpool Football Club.
so you change your
And at
opinion
that
then.
time as well,
You
we hadn't
believe in
signed.
your attack with or without Muhammad
Can
Salah
I
then?
answer, or are you just gonna speak over me?
No, because
Let me answer. Thank you. So at that time as well, when that whole Saudi thing was happening, we hadn't signed a DM, and the Gravenberg thing hadn't happened. That was just Soboslai and McAllister, and we were all waiting there anxiously for a DM. Mo Salah or Allison get injured, we still contend for the title because the other 10 players we have are amazing. If I'm doing a Spurs Liverpool combined 11, there's one player who starts for us. That's it. Two, actually.
okay. So you change your opinion about your attack from the summer to now when you saw
No,
what
no,
is
no, no.
happening.
Our attack is lethal. I've always said this.
Yeah, okay. I'm
Yeah, I've
telling
always
you,
said.
your statement in the summer was this. Okay, Hassan, your statement in the summer on Al Ahwa was this. If Muhammad Salah leaves, we will not make top four. That's by that time you signed Sabozlai and McAllister. You told me this. And I told you I
Yeah,
believe
yeah,
you'll
but
make
that's what
top.
I just said that. That was Soboslai McAllister alone. We don't have anyone else right now at the time. At the time,
So
Gravenberg
who
thing
else
happened.
did you sign? Just
Okay, the
Gravenberch.
argument. Okay, the thing is, we didn't sign a DM. Yeah, yeah, just Gravenberg. Yeah, but that makes a difference. That's a third midfielder.
So you think that makes a massive difference?
Of course, signing three
Okay.
midfielders makes a massive difference instead
طيب,
of
okay.
two, because the three
So you
as you
think
can see.
signing Gravenberch compensate for Salah not being there?
No, that's not the
That's what you're
point.
saying now.
Last two games, we saw McAllister, Gravenberg, Soboslai starting the same time for the
Yes.
first time. Two clean sheets, control over both games to the umpteenth degree. That's why it matters.
All right. You guys heard it. It's I'm not gonna argue again. Hassan Ali with the super chat saying it's hard to consider Spurs as title contenders. They always implode. Van der Ven, same category as Bissouma. Imagine Dyer and Davis at the back. Again, you're assuming Hassan. You're assuming injuries. I don't know if Van der Ven will be injured. Huh? Why am I? What if Saliba gets injured from Arsenal tomorrow? What if Rodri, who played 50 something games last year, and people are known similar? You remember Pedri for Barcelona, who played 60 games. The season after, he's injured all the time. If Rodri gets injured, are we gonna have the same energy? I'm not gonna assume injuries, people. Why people want to assume injuries? I'm gonna assume injuries for someone like Thiago Alcantara. I assume injuries for that guy. I assume injuries for someone like Kevin De Bruyne, who has been injured season after season now. But I don't assume injuries for people that have no history of being injured. This is just an assumption. Can you please read my first super chat to Hussam? Pro. Okay, yes. Jota earned that 2 yellow. He had 5 fouls in 26 minutes.
Pro. The problem is with people like you is you just want to be disingenuous. Forget my opinion, forget Mo's opinion. The Premier League independent referees panel came out and said Jota should have been sent off. That is an independent Premier League referees panel. Forget your opinion, forget Mo's opinion or my opinion. It's just the referee themselves said it. 2 crystal clear cut mistakes. The second one, Udogi tripped himself.
I actually believe the second one, he didn't even touch him.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
Like I actually played it. Do you know I was on the terrace and I played it on 0.25 speed, and it's clearly he didn't touch him, and the referee couldn't wait to give him the second yellow for whatever reason. That guy Simon Hooper, he couldn't wait to give him the second yellow. I don't know why.
How is he saying thank you in the chat when both of us just disproved you? Thank you for what? For you being wrong?
No. Thank
You're
you.
welcome.
Thank you for that. For me playing the super chat because he wants you to answer.
Okay, fair enough.
Thank you, Pro, for support of the channel. Thank you. Really appreciate your super chat. Another one is saying Francis saying 1 shot on target versus Crystal Palace. It's happening. Listen.
If you cannot honestly say footy judge more, even you in my chat last time you said Palace was
no. When I watched Crystal Palace, it was dodgy.
It was bullshit.
It was. However, one of the things I said this morning on my show this morning when I did the show is that I said when Crystal Palace got out of their shells, we saw what they can do. They cut them apart in the second goal. You remember the second goal. The thing about it is that are they going to be able to do the same against teams like Aston Villa that they're going to play high line? Like Aston Villa played the freaking high line against you. You guys tore them apart in like 20 minutes. Spurs, when Crystal Palace got out of their shells and Roy Hodgson told the players to go press, Spurs got out of the press with ease and created chances. Is that true or not true?
100%. And I'm so glad you mentioned that. And put up Francis' new super chat because this one actually relates to what we're saying.
Right. Let me read it. You're going to read it or I'm going to read it? You're going to read it? Go ahead.
I can read it if you want. Spurs manager bounce, performances decline, check the stats, good teams, but no chance teams will figure them out. That last part at the end there, teams will figure them out, relates to Mo's question right now. You just said that they're going to play Aston Villa, صح? And then they're going to play West Ham, and they're going to play Brighton, and they're going to play Chelsea, and they're going to play Man City. That's 5 tough games in the next 6 I just mentioned. Like, they're literally about to play 5 tough teams. Now, if they lose to Villa, draw with West Ham, lose to Newcastle, lose to City, shit like that, then our energy on Spurs is not my energy. Management the same. Your energy on Spurs is going to change.
I'll be different. Of course, I'll change my opinion. Of course, I will.
Okay, no problem.
I am one of the guys that said, based on the first 10 games, I see no signs of slowing down. If they slow down, I will say that. Like, I am not one. Like, when I said to Manchester City last year fans, I said, you don't look as fluid, even though Haaland was scoring abundance of goals. You don't know football. Until their manager changed the formation completely to accommodate, and then they got better. Anyway, I think we'll see. People.
Time will tell.
Time will tell. But I said it. Like I said it on shows before. Tottenham Hotspur, if they go before the City game and they win the next 3 games, which is Chelsea at home, Wolves away, and Aston Villa at home, I think at that time they'll play 13 games, only lost 4 points. We cannot ignore them because that's, I think, 2/3 of the league, 13 teams, right? 2/3 more.
No, not more. 2/3. 1/3. Relax, not 2/3.
No. if you play 13 teams, that's 2/3 because the team has 19 teams. You play 19 teams. So that's more than 2/3 of the league.
Oh, the teams you're saying. I thought you meant the games. There's
No, no,
38
no.
games.
2/3 of the teams you already played. So
Yeah,
that's
yeah.
what I mean. But anyway, long story short, I think that's on Spurs. Listen, I don't want to keep you for long. Also, I have to go to the game. The last part is just simple question. Chelsea
Not gonna be
Football Club.
simple, I promise you.
No,
Go
no,
on.
it's a simple question. I swear to God, and it won't take 2 minutes because
لا
I get
عادي, I
asked.
can say, I can say. I don't
I
mind
get
saying.
asked to. I have to go for the game. You were late on your stream, and we have to redo this. Chelsea, we agree they look better than Manchester United
Yeah,
on
yeah,
the
yeah,
on the pitch.
100%.
Do we think that Chelsea can fix the goal scoring thing and be an okay team and break into the top six?
Yes. Chelsea's problem, Man United's problem is a bucket filled with problems from top to bottom that need investigation from the United Nations to fix. It's just fully
That's
in
why, by
shit.
the way, I don't want to talk about them because we've
Yeah, you
killed
know
that
what it is?
subject.
It's just the same cycle now.
Yes.
But when it comes to Chelsea, with Chelsea, you see the vision. Against Brentford, yes, they lost, but they controlled the game. They had possession, they had the shots, etc., etc., etc. Palmer's chance should have been a goal. Sterling's chance should have been a goal. I think Jackson is I said this on A-listers. I think Jackson is the worst striker in the whole league. I'm getting to that conclusion now.
Why?
I ain't seen a worse striker in this season, the whole league. He's just absolute dog shit. But Chelsea do have a vision. Chelsea's problem is putting the ball in the back of the net. I always ask people this question when they go too far on Chelsea. Let's assume hypothetical world. Tomorrow, Mo Salah and Erling Haaland are Chelsea players. Where are Chelsea right now?
Well, about third or fourth, something like that. Yeah.
You could even argue first or second, by the way. I'm not going to go that far. I'm not going to go that far. That's my point. I'm not going to go that far. But you could easily say third or fourth because you could already tell. The problem is they just don't have people who can put the ball in the back of the net. That is their biggest problem. They cannot score goals. But somehow, make no mistake, by the way, Chelsea have actually been playing better this season against the better teams than they have been the worst teams. That's why I know earlier on you said Chelsea against Spurs is going to be a tough game. You already see the vision. They've been playing better against the bigger teams than they have been the
Do you know
smaller.
why, sir? Because
Yeah.
Chelsea average ball position more than Manchester City, and they
Yes.
only scored goals when they didn't have the ball position because they had
Yes.
spaces. Because their players, people tell me Cole Palmer, Raheem Sterling can play in tight spaces. They did this against Burnley, and Burnley is the most progressive team of the bottom half. It's
Burnley are
simple.
going down. Burnley going down.
I don't like this thing. But anyway, I'm not going to talk about the relegation thing. I think this game Chelsea will have a chance to win the game against Spurs because Spurs will have a high line and Chelsea players will have an abundance of space. And it's going to be down to one-on-one battles, Van de Ven and Romero versus Sterling and Palmer and all the stuff. It's down to prove. But Chelsea, for me, they have won 2 games when they had 35% possession against Fulham. And I think again, I don't know, I remember against who. And again, it's Burnley. Done. That's it. Anyway, long story short, I want to thank you guys. Hussam's channel, for the people that have not subscribed to Hussam's channel, it's in the title. You click the link, you go give him a subscription, like the video, his last video, or the last 10. It's up to you. It's not going to cost you a penny if you subscribe to his channel. We have 250 people here, and we're not even on 150 likes. That's embarrassing, of course. This was fun, Hussam. This is football, of course. We are there regularly Thursday. Anything you want to tell the people coming up or something tomorrow or the day after?
Yeah, we've got Ahwa coming up, inshallah, the predictions show this Thursday. So yeah,
I
11
lost
p.m.
this week. I know that. I
This
fucked up
11 p.m.
big
this
time.
Thursday.
I know
So
that for
stay tuned
sure.
for that as well. You're going to see me and Judge Mo back again, inshallah. So stay tuned for that, my people. Big up to you
Yeah.
guys. Big up to everyone in the chat. Make sure you guys are liking and subscribing to Footy Judge Mo's channel right now.
Did I miss any super chats? No, I didn't. Thank you, everybody that sent a super chat. Big up to you on supporting the channel, of course. Toon Tactics. If you are a member in the members community, you can find my email to be in the show with me. Ozan Kabak, James Bond, Staffy, of course, Tevin, Mike Das, Pro, of course, Hassan Ali, Francis as well. Thank you for everybody that is supporting the show. Make sure to like the video before you go, and we'll see you guys soon. Peace. We're out.